So we have one of the biggest questions that is very much debatable in the world of today, and people are talking about it all over the world. And the issue of race has raised concern in the last couple of days all over the world as we watch a lot of campaigns and marching taking place all over the world, and it's all about racial identity. People are trying to identify themselves and bring awareness of so much that is happening in their communities. After the death of George Floyd, we saw a good number of black people, white people, all races coming together to build a platform that it is inhuman, it is unjust, it is evil, it is not natural for a person to be killed like how George Floyd was killed. And this discussion about race will continue for a long time. Will continue for a long time because unless we are ready to embrace the truth, then our emotion is going to pave the way for conflict and confusion that follows. To me, I believe all race originally, we human beings, we are there from one gene, from one ancestral pattern. I do believe in that 100% with my soul. Needless to say much, Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matters, and every race, irrespective of their color, irrespective of their identity, irrespective of who they are, we all matter. We all need respect and we all need acceptance. And the best way for us to solve any problem that pertains race is for us to blend together, bleed together, laugh together, unite together, and build together. That's the only solution. We can't afford to divide ourselves, blacks only, whites only, like it was back in the 65, the notion separate but equal. It cannot happen. It cannot happen. And it will not have advantage at all to those who want it to happen. We see the continent of Africa, which is hibernated with only African people, but we see how divided the continent is. What makes you think that when you have an African American state, they will not start dividing themselves amongst themselves? They're still going to just have division. Humans are humans. So get off from the myth and the illusion that if blacks are given the center of rule and leadership, then they're going to be more better. If they're given their self-rule, they're going to be more effective. I don't believe that is true. There's too much that the black community need to do in their backyard. It's two major changes that the black community has to make in order to portray an example that they're a world-class leading ethical group that can be emulated. Still got a long way to go when it comes to ethics. We don't need to accuse black, white people over everything. It's true that a lot of things whites are to be accused about and whites are to be blamed about, but the best way to handle anything is always to start with yourself, because you become an example of what you believe you want someone else to become. When you become an example, you portray a clear picture. It's easy for people to follow up because you're a leader. You won't tell me to drink water while you drink wine and expect me to change and believe and trust you. No one will take you serious. It doesn't matter whether you march to the moon. Whatever you want others to do it to yourself. We got a long way to go as Black community. We look at our families, we look at our world, we look at our people, we look at how divided we are, nepotism, tribalism, injustices in our systems. We look at African countries, how injustice and unjust elections are held and done. Fellow Blacks denying justice to other Blacks. We are divided amongst ourselves over tribal issues, ethnicity, and stuff. So to really have accommodated the feeling that maybe the death of George Floyd is going to send up a message out there that Blacks are important and Blacks are the most oppressed, that is a lie. When we accuse a white man of bombing the people in the Middle East and killing and maiming and destroying innocent lives in Iraq, those who are pulling those triggers, those who are fighting these people, those who are killing people out there, those among the mighty army, the Marine, Special Forces, the Air Force, are Black people. Don't accuse the enemy when your sons and daughters are recruited in the same army that does the horrific murder. You gotta start with yourself. You know, I remember one time Malcolm X said, why fight in Vietnam and take your sons to fight in Vietnam when yourself you're being destroyed in your own homes? Start from your home, man. Build up a very clear sounding subject concerning this matter so that the world can take you serious. The world isn't going to take us serious when we babble around, scream around, and we're always murmuring. We're the only race that keep on talking about our history, where we came from, what is being done against us. We need to spend more time talking about our future, our destiny, and our survival as a race among the other race. So we have a lot to learn and a lot to do, but a lot of personal evaluation as a community, as a people, in order to come to a very conclusive, truthful ways of trying to solve the matter, the problem. The problem will not come by miracles. It will not be a miracle solved problem. It will come by the willing heart, willing mind. All races in America have to come together. All the factions that are involved and are implicated must have a sober mind. We have to start dialogues. You won't do any change by causing threats or giving out threats. You will not meet any goal by doing that. There has to be dialogue. There has to be reconciliation. Okay, it doesn't work by destroying those statues and pulling down those flags. You're dealing with a system. You're not dealing with individuals. You're dealing with a system that has been there for quite a long time, almost 400 years, 700 years of existence. And to handle that matter will need a collaboration and a willing heart from all partisans. Remember, the lawmakers create laws, and you have hundreds of them out there in the United States of America. It's upon the Senate, the House, and every legislature to really come up with the mind and the faith and the belief that this thing can be done and change can be made for the sake of the future of the nation. That's how you start. You have to be inclusive of everyone, every tribe, every color, every religion, because that's the flag most of the United States of America. So that was my thought about race. And I don't believe there is any race that is superior than another race. I don't believe there is another race which is inferior from another race. We are all equal. Whether there is a God or no God, we are all equal under the sun and under the law. We are all equal. May justice prevail. Thank you.